I have no audio problems. I'm gonna put some lights up here in a second, and hopefully, yep, while this is going, if you're going, if you're going, if you're going, if you're going. All right, y'all. Wait. I'm setting up for a video, and I figured I'd go live while I do so. Yeah, that's heavy. Let's get some lights up. Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise while I set these lights up. Ha ha ha. Boop, boop, boop. Boy. Come on. Ooh. Whew. Jesus Christ, that is heavy. All these lights. Guys, bear with me while I get this light up and running. Start going through the chat. How's this? Is this in frame? It's not bad. So we got the Blackmagic Pixus cinema camera 6K with the Blazer Apex 35mm, and you can see we got some anamorphic flares while we live stream. Pretty freaking dope. Let's go through what we have so far. I need to get this light. Let's get it away from me a little bit. Let's see how that looks. That should be better. Yeah. So guys, it's gonna be a shorter live. I figured I'd go live as I'm setting up for a video that I'm about to film. So, yep. So yeah, this is the Blazer Apex that I'm on, and it is on E-mount. I don't know if they're still, I don't know if this lens is still available or not, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab another light and get that set up. In the meantime, in the chat, guys, start asking me. We could talk anything about YouTube business, the process, you know, the workflow, what it looks like behind the scenes, behind closed doors, how everything works. Ask away. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. So, bring it on. Yes, they're always available to watch after. Sometimes they take a while to process. Usually takes like 24 hours or so. Thank you, bro. It's 4:14 p.m. here right now. I've already had half a Celsius and 2 coffees. Today was a gym day, so when I go to the gym, I have a Celsius, at least half or 100 milligrams of caffeine for a pre-workout. But tomorrow I will go to the cafe and get a coffee on you. I appreciate that. Hi Cam, I'm a 13-year-old filmmaker. I have been saving for my first mirrorless, though I don't know when I will have the money. Are there some kind of funds? What do you mean? What do you mean, bud? I know you're 13, but I'm not sure what you meant by that. First mirrorless, though I don't know when I'll have the money. Are there some kind of funds? If you're asking for like free money, no. You know, our economy, if you're in the States, our economy is going through a recession right now. So that's going to be slim pickings. But I promise you, if you work for it and continue to save up and figure out ways, since you're 13, if you go out and figure out ways to create money, you know, in terms of, you know, making money, it'll be way more fulfilling, and you will instantly learn how you can start making money. So once you get that camera, you'll have that mindset ready to go. So I recommend you work for it, and, you know, try to mow some lawns or go pull some weeds for your neighbors, and, you know, charge them 25, 50 bucks wherever you are, and make money. Next thing you know, you'll be able to afford whatever camera you want. Where you recommend to learn about color grading? YouTube. There's tons of resources, but there's a lot of bad tutorials on color grading. So I recommend finding somebody whose color work you really like and learning from them. Just don't learn from anybody, because there's a lot of people who will do tutorials but don't actually know anything about color grading. So you just gotta, that's anything on the internet. No, I would say they're like equal character. I would be using the Talon right now, but they're not available for fucking L-mount. So this summer, we're supposed to get L-mount versions. And once we get those, I'm gonna be all over them. I'm very excited to get those. Is your YouTube helping you get more clients, or what's your goal for growing your personal brand right now? Yeah, definitely. It's kind of crazy how YouTube can turn into basically marketing for your own, you know, if you have a company, yeah, you could really get work off it, which is kind of bizarre, and I never expected that. What's even more unexpected is, you know, getting the attention of big DPs, directors, producers, writers, getting invited to like writing rooms and stuff. It's crazy. So yeah, YouTube definitely, if you're producing stuff that's like, you know, original and kind of represents you as a person, yeah. I've gotten a shit ton of offers to DP projects, actually, like really big projects. And I've turned them all down because I don't want to be a DP. I wouldn't be a good DP. Yeah, definitely. Want to create something cool, yet somehow I end up doing nothing. Get unstuck. I cannot help you get unstuck, but my recommendation is to just start filming shit. Film anything and everything until you find something that you are happy with, and then follow that. Do you think you need talking head content to be successful on YouTube, or can you just post cinematic work and get away with it? I think YouTube's becoming a big spot for, again, originality. That's something we'll keep coming back to, because anybody can make a YouTube video. Anybody can share their opinion. Anybody can talk about gear. Anybody can, you know, sit down and talk about shit. But are you providing value? Are you providing originality? That's where, you know, you'll build an audience. So I don't even look at it as talking head or cinematic videos. I look at it as value. And value could come in as a tutorial. Are you teaching something? Yada, yada, yada. Even just anybody could shoot cinematic shit now too. And the issue is there's a lot of people who think their work's better than it actually is. And then they get upset when they don't get views. That's not how the world works. So yeah, I don't know if that helped your question there. Leads on YouTube or leads in the commercial field? In the commercial field, I was, basically I would do spec work, and then I would send that spec work to, you got to find the teams that work at the brands. So a lot of people look at brands as just brands, as businesses, and they miss the point that there's marketing people, producers, creative directors, marketing managers, all of that. Behind the scenes, you got to get in front of them. You got to get them to see your work, and then you'll start getting booked. It's kind of the same thing with YouTube as well. Every brand has, you know, human beings behind it running it. Can't be happier with the purchase. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's one too. I still think is the best all-around hybrid camera out there right now. It's not the Mantis. It's, again, I'm on the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K. I think this could be just my new designated live camera. It's so easy. Plugs in via USB-C straight into Ecamm. And yeah, right now, and I'm having the autofocus on right now, so you guys can see it's not liking. I will say the phase detection autofocus on the Cinema Camera 6K does not like low light. So you can see it's not focusing on me there. But if I get in the light, it'll start focusing. So let me see if I can put my hand in it. Will that work? No. Let's see if I put some light on my hand. Will that work? No. So yeah, the autofocus isn't, it's weird. Sometimes it's solid and other times it's just garbage. So yeah, you guys can see that's the Blazar Apex. This is a very similar lens design to the Talon. Anybody who's been bitching that Blazar ruined Greatjoy, blah, 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 blah. The Talon and the Apex are similar lens designs to the Greatjoys, from what I understand. I appreciate that. I'm doing amazing. I'm feeling really good lately. Yeah, I'm in a good spot right now. How do you get the chicks? Step one, I do not. I don't really try. As a, I've been doing professional photography. Like I got a camera when I was like 18. And then, within weeks I was shooting with models. Literally for the past 10 years, I've been in the shooting fashion work. And it's kind of trained me to just leave, to don't even try. Which has affected my personal ability to talk to girls just because it's, I'm close with a lot of female models and I know what they have to deal with. And so, I don't know. Yeah, I've had girls tell me that they thought I didn't like them at first just because I don't bother with them. So, yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask. Did the Leica lens insane? My favorite video you have done and the ending incredible. I appreciate that. I'm working on something that I think is going to be better. Hopefully. We'll see. Plan to produce a lot of short films and docs just for YouTube. I'll still go through film festivals. My goal is to build an audience and earn revenue from YouTube. Yeah, that's kind of sort of what I'm trying to do as well. But honestly, I don't really care to do the film festivals. I've already made a feature-length documentary that won some awards. I guess I didn't even go to any of the fucking festivals. I don't care about any of that. I just want to create cool shit. So the producers weren't super happy that I ditched all the festivals and the award ceremonies and stuff. But even when I graduated high school, guys, I didn't want to go to graduation. I almost did it. My mom forced me to. But anyways, yeah, I already, I went through the film festival route. I have a Telly Award for directing. And then I have another Telly Award for cinematography. This is the bronze. Man, the focus is sucking ass. And then I guess it won a bunch of other awards. I haven't kept up on it. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing with YouTube is partnering up with products that I actually use and brands that I actually like. And, either I can make kind of like a video where I don't want to put too much work into it and I just want to provide value with my opinion and my test and everything. And then say if a big budget comes from that goes straight into another video. So the way I treat my YouTube channel is basically producing funds to produce the projects I care about. But then I also have to do the projects that I don't really care about, which is essentially, for instance, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, I think tomorrow my video might go live. I'm not sure yet. In reality, it's like, do I really care about doing photography with the Ace Pro 2? Not really. but it's still fun to use. And I know I could provide value to a certain audience who probably would like to hear my perspective on that. So, and obviously that brings in new audience, and that new audience, I would love for them to watch the stuff that I do care more about. So, yeah. And then whatever money, you know, I might make from that, I could put into a project like we just did this weekend. So that's kind of how I operate it. Now, the hard part is there's some YouTubers that will take brand deals from brands that they don't care about at all, don't use any of their stuff, and they'll still do a video on it, which is fine. But the issue is when you're a filmmaker creative and you start doing that, there's a fine line there of like, are you just doing this just to do it, or are you doing it for a valuable reason? At the end of the day, you know, YouTube could be a business, and so can a fucking film career, a photography career. When you work with clients, if you're shooting weddings, you don't give a fuck about their actual wedding. You're doing it because you get to be a creative and make money from it. When there's a grip on set, I'm sure half of the projects they're on, they don't give two fucking shits about the story or what's going on with it, but they're there to make money and they love being on set. So it's no different than on YouTube, except the big difference, if there is a difference, is the fact that you can control what you do, what input and output you have. I use R5C, hard time to expose correctly. Guys, I want to talk about gear in this. Again, this is about YouTube business, YouTube workflow, the YouTube life, how everything works. I don't want to hear any gear stuff. What's your take on using generative AI to cut costs and visual effects while still working with actors on location film? I have zero issue with it. You know, this is like people, when Photoshop first came out, this is the equivalent of film photographers bitching that, oh, there's Photoshop, now people are gonna be able to digitally edit their photos and blah, 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 and that's the end of photography and blah, blah, blah. It's literally the same thing. Obviously, it sucks that AI is going to kill a lot of jobs. The internet killed a lot of jobs. Social media killed a lot of jobs. But guess what? Every time we've had an evolution in technology, it's created more jobs and more opportunities. So in my mind, even though it sucks, and I think there's a lot of corruption around it between governments and billionaires, and I do not support any of that shit, at the same time, what are we supposed to do? I can bitch and cry on this live about AI. It ain't gonna change anything. It's just me bitching and crying about it. So for me, there's moments where I can imagine using AI. Like the project I'm working on right now, there might be one clip in a scene that I'm gonna use AI in. But I'm gonna film everything in real life and utilize AI to enhance a certain effect within that clip. I don't wanna give it away yet. But we'll be doing real filmmaking techniques and doing tights and shooting real items and things to really sell the effect. That's no different than, you know, if you're to learn, you know, take a year to learn special effects or take thousands of dollars and hire somebody to do the CGI for it. Now, for someone like me who I don't have the budget or time to do that, I just want to tell cool stories. Now I could utilize AI to tell my story. And I think there's a little bit of a contradiction because every, you know, DP and writer and director and just whatever people are doing here on YouTube specifically who say, filmmaking is about telling stories. If you're not telling stories, you're not a real filmmaker. While AIs are told to tell stories. Now for me, I do not like at all the generative AI where they're not really practicing the real filmmaking. So I'm contradicting myself there because obviously, you know, if someone made a film about, you know, a passionate story and they utilize AI to generate all of it and the story's amazing, then, you know, then I guess that's an amazing thing. But personally, I rather stay away as much as possible from the generative stuff. I still want to practice filmmaking. I still want to be a part of it. I still like the human side of it. I still like the flaws of it. I still like the trials and errors and struggles of being a filmmaker. So I don't know if they gave you the answer, but yeah, on the business side of YouTube, again, guys, ask me some questions about the YouTube and business and stuff. On the business side of it, the AI, my email is littered with AI opportunities for sponsorships. Other sponsorships are drying out. because, you know, again, there's a shift happening in our industry here, and I'm trying my best to stay away from it. But it's getting a little bit tough, especially if I do start utilizing to tell better stories. Then I think there's some validation there for me to do a sponsorship. So, and I know people aren't going to like it, but guess what? In 3 to 5 years, everybody's going to be using AI tools. I think the big difference is it's not going to be called AI anymore. It's just going to be called intelligent tools or something like that. It's not actual artificial intelligence. It's just machine learning. It's the same way, you know, our iPhone's already using that. Photoshop's already using that. Lightroom's already using that. It's no different. So again, I think there's a difference between that and actual generative AI, the AI slop, where there's already human slop. So yeah, it's hard. There's two different conversations there. And I think people mix them up all the time. When you first started YouTube, were you nervous? I've been dying to start, but man, I'm super nervous. I have Villartigo and super self-conscious. Oh, is that the patchy skin spot stuff? I forgot how to say it. Vitiligo? Jesus Christ. Public schooling in California. I would say I was a little bit nervous. It's more so I felt stupid. It's like turning on a camera and you're like, who, like, I'm a nobody. Like, who gives a fuck? I feel so douchey talking to a camera. But eventually you get over it and you realize you start looking at the camera as an audience. Even if there's 10 people watching, that's who I'm talking to. There's 58 people watching right now. I'm talking to you guys. The camera is purely just a vessel for communication. But yeah, at first, you'll be a little bit awkward, but over time, you'll get more used to it. You just got to keep doing it though. Earlier on, I mean, still to this day, I film a lot of stuff that never makes it online. It just gets deleted. Less so now, but definitely a lot more earlier. I appreciate it. Yeah, guys, hit the thumbs up. Again, this is going to be a shorter live. I still need to get back to setting up my lighting here. Do you recommend this one or two in its current form? Blah, 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 blah. Again, guys, I don't really care about talking about gear right now. Shooting a log once again. Or, let me see. It would be to get another super chat. Thank you so freaking much. I might just get a coffee and lunch tomorrow. Thank you guys. Please save your money though. If you guys cannot afford super chats, please don't feel the need to do super chat. Save your money. I appreciate the thought though. If you are that person, just hit the thumbs up. That's just as good in my opinion. Where true authenticity shines through with consistency. I agree. I think a lot of people with AI happening, I think a lot of people are going to come to terms of their insecurities. Because I think a lot of people are replaceable, especially when you can put a prompt in and something can generate something that looks even better than your own work, than my own work, than everybody's work. What's my purpose? What's my worth? I never put my self-worth into my work and my quality. I put my self-worth into my originality, my authenticity, my ideas. That's what I value myself for. So for me, I have zero issues, or I should say, I have zero fears of AI. Granted, I've accepted the doom and gloom of it. Yeah, I don't think I'm the right person to direct a K-pop video though, because their stuff's very creative in like I guess like a TikTok way almost, to where, yeah, my brain doesn't see that way. My brain definitely sees more in a narrative way, more of a slower, methodical type way. So if it's something like that, sure. But yeah, my brain's not creative in that way. Another super chat. Thank you guys. Is there any way you can do the RAM LUTs for NLog and SLog3 conversions from log, or do you have advice on how to do conversions? Love your work. I I thought I put out the Nikon ones. I'll have to check. Yeah, I need I need to put out the Blackmagic versions, the N-Log versions, and I guess I'll do S-Log. I don't have any more Sony cameras though, and so I have no way of testing it. But in the meantime, if you're using DaVinci, just use the color space transformer. It's going to be very close to how I would do it. I do my original node tree bit out. There's like literally 30 nodes and the Rambler LUTs. And so I go through and I have to turn things on and off, shift a few things, and basically calibrate it for that log profile. Another super chat. Guys, thank you so freaking much. This is crazy. Really, thank you. Again, is it better to start learning? I don't know why there's so many color grading videos right now, but there's nothing wrong with using LUTs. They fucking use LUTs in Hollywood, guys. When they're on set, they have pro color houses making custom LUTs for the film to match the look of the film that they want to do. And then they use that LUT in the color grading process. Don't get it twisted. You have people saying, oh, don't buy that person's LUTs and don't use LUTs. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Literally in Hollywood, they fucking use LUTs. This is the thing with on YouTube. You have a lot of people talking about shit they do not know. You know, people need to make sure they're... I do it too. There's times where I've said something and then I come to find out I was wrong. And I try to correct it, but then it's obviously too late. So it happens. But yeah, people use fucking LUTs. Don't run away from LUTs thinking that they're bad. I do highly suggest that you learn how to color grade still and not solely depend on the LUTs. But if you find a LUT that works great for you, then just fucking use it. Don't overthink it. Just, if it looks good to you, then it looks good. You ever use scripts or teleprompters? I'm trying to get more comfortable on camera. My goal is to be off the cuff eventually, but starting out is awkward, lol. No teleprompters. I've thought about it because I go off on tangents and I ramble. Next thing you know, a thing where I was only going to talk for 15 minutes turns into an hour. So I've been contemplating trying a teleprompter just to keep me on track. But in reality, yes, I usually have a script. It could be a rough layout or it could be a full-on script. I have a horrible memory. And so if there's like specific things that I'm trying to say off a script, it's close to impossible for me to say it exactly how I wrote it down. Literally a sentence, guys, is a struggle for me to remember how to say. So I kind of build more guidelines and I will do robust, like in-depth scripts, but I don't really follow them to a T. But yeah, definitely it's okay to, you know, write out your thoughts and bullet points and figure all that out. That'll definitely help you. We're starting out to find your unique style with videos. How would you recommend to plan out your first few videos? Like first 3-4 examples. Also, how much would you think IG and TikTok matters? So I'm trying to find your unique style. I mean, I don't know. That's a confusing thing for me to answer purely because, in order to find your style, you kind of just have to start working on it. So you could plan as much as you can, but at some point you just need to go fucking film. And as soon as you start filming and you start finding that rhythm, you know, and it's okay to film and for it to not go well, for it to fail. Literally every time I film, probably like 30% of the shit we film never makes it to the cut. Or a lot of the times I repeat the same thing. I'll go on the same rants or same tangents, and I'll pick which one to use in the video and I'll chop it all up. So you guys literally just have to do it. You guys literally have to put it into practice. There's only so much planning you can do. I don't use TikTok. I only have the app TikTok, but yeah, brands are valuing vertical content too, sadly. Sometimes even more than long form. I think it's too late to build a channel. It feels like there's several big creators that most people tend to follow, leaving a little room for new creators to get audience thoughts. It's never too late. if you're an original person and you have original ideas and original things to talk about, you will get subs. You know, if you're scared of, you know, the oversaturation not leaving you room, then you're not being original enough. You're not having original ideas or thoughts. So I wouldn't even think about that. Like that's literally not an issue if you're somebody who's providing something new and different to the space. Why do you do more and more YouTubers send photo, do live streams? What? Why do more and more YouTubers do live streams? Definitely Brandon Washington and Jarrell Peak, the Creative Fam Live. They definitely started a whole new trend. For me, I love doing lives because traditionally, like in the past, a video like this, I would do a proper video on this. But I really want to focus on more higher quality content. And so I'd rather just do these live. And I think it's also a great way of showing people I am a real person. I am a fucking human being. It's a great way to connect with you guys as well. Like I feel like I'm hanging out with the homies here and we're just getting to chat. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really question why they're doing it. I more so am excited to see more people doing it. Just one way or the other. It's basically a tool used. Yeah. I'm assuming you meant for the AI. Would you consider branding selling for new careers? I wouldn't expect it to be free, but those who have the ideas but don't know. No, because that's pretty time consuming. And I get after lives, I am exhausted. I am not a social person. I like my solitude. And so, yeah, I've had people offer me thousands of dollars to, you know, mentor them. And I'm like, I'm good. I really don't want to. But I mean, this is your opportunity here is, you know, when I'm live, ask questions like that. You do create a community of like-minded creators or bounce creators ideas. Just by doing it, dude. I mean, you're here to witness it. You know, you show a lot of support. You're in the comment sections a lot on my videos. You tune into the lives. And it's because, you know, we're probably like-minded people. We probably like similar things. We probably like similar textures and colors and films and all that. So just by putting myself out there and talking about this stuff, you know, you naturally gravitate towards it. So it's literally that simple. All you got to do is put yourself out there. When you complete your upcoming projects, I hope you host cast and crew interviews live on YouTube. Work below. Yeah, I definitely like bringing, you know, because I remember just like 10 years ago watching productions and wondering what it looked like for everybody. So that's what's freaking awesome about YouTube is being able to showcase more of those people. And growing YouTube channel that does film analyst breaking down films, character design. Again, just I'm gonna keep saying it, originality, having original takes, having an original perspective, not just doing what everybody else is doing. I will say though, it seems like that is an easy path to gain an audience and a community is because, you know, films are more universal and vast than talking about cameras. Cameras are very niche, but films, everybody around the world loves films. You know, there's a couple of people in our industry that went from, you know, gear reviews into reviewing films, and they're not that original. But the fact that they have filmmaking abilities and they can add that to their perspective on reviewing films adds a new perspective for the viewers. Update your Megadap adapter. I have the Megadap Pro Plus, the latest one. So if you have an older one, I don't know. But yeah, highly recommend updating the Megadap. I think when I first got I have it right here actually. I think when I first got the Talon on the ZR, again, it was beta and it was doing the same thing. And then they sent me a Megadap firmware and updated firmware for the lens, and it never did it again. So Update your firmware, and that should fix it, hopefully. Vilago. I think that's what it's called, right? Vilago. I think I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it in a crass way. I'm a crass person. I apologize. Yeah, I personally think I don't know much about it. I don't know if there's actual like health things that come with that. But there's models with Vilago, and they blow up because of it. So I don't think it's anything to be self-conscious about, honestly. Basically saying, again, I hate to say this if there is health effects from it, but I think it kind of looks cool, honestly. So I apologize if that's insensitive, but yeah, I don't think that's, you might get mean people talking shit about it. Those people can go, you know what? But ignore them. There's mean people everywhere. There's people, unhappy, negative, sad people out there that take it out on others. And you'll learn too, as I've been learning the past couple of years, there's people on the negative front who are incredibly parasocial, who think like you are involved with the negativity that they live in. And in reality, it's kind of like, I don't know who you are. Like, it's creepy. It's like stalker vibes. So, you can't win. There's mean people out there. There's unhappy people out there that want to take out on others. Don't let that stop you, though. Life is short. Don't let like lame people ruin your life. Like, that's the worst way to live. On YouTube, how stressful is it? I'm full-time now. I still get commercial offers, but I turn most of them down. There's still a few clients that I'll still work with because the jobs, the issue is, like, I just got another bid for a job out in Montana for a Western company, fashion brand, and it would have paid pretty well. But I turned it down because it would be 1 to 2 weeks of work where I couldn't do stuff that I actually care about doing. So I turned it down. Yeah, I'm grateful that I can do that. But there's a lot changing. So, I can always go back to that. But everything's hurting right now. A lot of my buddies in the commercial field are hurting, but a lot of my other buddies in the commercial field are doing decent still. So, yeah, I think it just depends on the person and like having like a go-getter attitude. I'm the type that I don't allow myself to create any excuses. I don't feel I'm owed anything. I'm not entitled to anything. If I want something, I understand that I need to go work for it. They're great. I think they're some of the best 1.5x anamorphics. They have a lot of character. They're incredibly sharp. But tune in on the 13th or 14th, because I think we finally have something that can possibly give them the run for their money. What do I think about pineapple on pizza? Disgusting. Absolutely fucking gross. I hate it. That should never exist. I heard your new name is Good Bunny. Is that true? I mean, if that's like, if that puts me in the same realm as Bad Bunny, sign me up. I'll be a good bunny. You guys heard it. Kofi wants me to be his good bunny. That's weird. That's weird, Kofi. That's a weird thing to say, dude. How do you draw creative inspiration when you are burned out? Also, very favorite directors. As I get older, I'm 35, I'm gonna be 36 soon. I've been learning to rest, especially with my ADHD. When I'm just not having a good day and I just can't get anything done, at some point I just need to accept the defeat for the day and just rest. Sometimes it's okay, but at some point you got to get back on your feet. Favorite directors? What's his name? The guy who did Sinners. Absolutely loving all of his originality right now. Then all the classics, obviously. During the morning here in Italy. Shout out to Italy. Dude, I miss Italy. I want to come back ASAP. With insomnia, so nothing better than listening to Cam stream in the background waiting for the sleep. Brother, I hope you get to sleep. I know how that is. For my ADHD, I have to take Adderall. And I actually hate having to take it. Messes up my appetite, causes mood swings, and it fucks up my sleep. And so I take sleep gummies, basically. You could put 2 and 2 together to help me sleep. But I naturally wake up around 5 or 6 a.m. So if I go to bed like I did last night at like 1 a.m., no matter what, I'm getting up at that time. My body has its natural alarm clock, sadly. So I get you. Do you love your thing? Do it for you if it doesn't work. Yes. Yes. I love that. Thank you for tuning in and chiming in on that conversation. You heard of any square sensor cameras in the works? I have not, except for action cameras and stuff. There's always room. So take it from Kofi as well. Kofi just got started a year or 2 ago, fresh. And look at him. He's like taking over the space. Kofi's got a lot of dope shit in the works for this year, guys. I really do think this is going to be Kofi's year. And again, originality. He has a culture he cares about. He has original opinions and takes, an original voice, a new perspective. He does things a little bit differently. And he outworks everybody, sadly. I can't keep up with the dude. While making the most commercial opportunities that are presented to you on inspiration work. How do you stay true to storytelling whilst making the most of commercial opportunities that are presented to you? There's a time and place for both. It's kind of hard to do both, depending on the client. You almost pulled down the camera. Ma'am, you almost pulled down the camera. I know you're hungry. Come on. Good girl. It's feeding time, so she's gonna start bugging. Hey, Choco girl. Hey, Choco girl. This is my mom's dog. I've been dog sitting her for the past 3 months now. She's a little stinky, pretty annoying, but she's cute sometimes. All the sparring work. How do you? Oh, we went over that. Pro Plus, all firms update, including the Talon 1.01. That shouldn't be doing that. I would hit up Blazar, redo all the firmwares just in case. There was a time on the Apex where I thought I did the firmware, but for some reason it just wasn't working. And then I made sure to eject the lens and quickly unplug the cable before it reconnected, and that finally did it. But yeah, it 1000% should not be doing that. So try that, and then if that doesn't work, hit up Blazar. YouTube, I'm currently researching this. I just do H.264. Yeah, Gerald Undone actually did a really good video about that. I would go watch that. Oh man, very good. Trust me, I love 100%. I appreciate it. What it can, it's a nice feeling that you don't have to take work if you don't want it. Yeah, I understand how spoiled I am to be able to do that. Again, I find it funny when people hate on YouTubers who are in the commercial field or narrative field or documentary or wedding work, because you know, if they're hating on YouTubers for making money, it's like, wait, aren't you making money doing projects you don't care about? Where here on YouTube, at least I can speak for myself, that every sponsorship I take, I support, and I'm involved with, and I use, or I'm interested with it, or intrigued with it, or I know I could provide value to audience members about it. To me, this is more pure than doing commercial work. Because in the commercial work, you know, I didn't have a voice. I got hired because I could do things a lot of people weren't doing at the time. But still, at the end of the day, I didn't have the final yes or no. The client did. So most of the jobs I didn't give 2 shits about, but I was making money doing it because that's dope. There's definitely less work going on, seeing there's a lot of overflow work. They're going around. What's up, bud? Taylor, hope you're doing well down in the Underland, or whatever they call Australia. I'm using the Tilta cage XLCS designs. I think it's what XLCS designs. They sent their cage. It's very robust, a little too robust for the run and gun type of stuff we do. But yeah, if you're doing more rigging, I suggest the XLCS. But yeah, the Tilta is very lightweight, very nimble. It's pretty dope. I still get bothered a little showing myself in public. Yeah, dude. I mean, life's short. I'm gonna be 36, and I'm starting to get to the age where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm getting old, and I'm starting to care less. The older I get, the less I give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. As long as I'm happy, as long as I'm not, finding my own happiness by hurting others. As long as I'm not doing that, I'm okay. Photo book, if not, any plans? Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I currently don't think I have a collection of work that I'm proud enough to do a photo book yet. For one who's ASD, to your openness about ADHD makes me a pretender as I face blindness, can't read the room, but the math skills. Yeah, I'm learning. I might have, some of those, like a blend of the autistic and ADHD. I don't know. I try to, since I'm Native American, I get to go to the Indian clinic, and the health care is not the best. So I asked if I get tested for autism, and my doctor basically was like, look, whether you have it or not, if you get diagnosed, it's not going to change anything. Which I was annoyed, because I was like, even if that's the case, I would still like to know. So I might have to pay to go to my own specialist to get tested. Yeah, I get it. It's kind of hard because I have a hardcore justice sensitivity. And I kind of am short-tempered when it comes to people that I can read that I do not like or do not trust. I will just, I don't have the energy or patience to be cordial. And so I'll just, I'm just blunt. And I don't realize in the moment that I'm being a dick, but it's literally me just being honest. So maybe you relate a little bit to that. So, I've just learned that's who I am. The people who understand me, fuck with me, and the people who don't understand me probably think the worst of me. Oh wow, life goes on. If you had the budget, would you choose to shoot a feature-length narrative on film or still offer to... on film, if I had a good DP, I wouldn't trust myself doing that. But I would absolutely love... Oh, sorry, just elbowed you in the face. I would absolutely love to shoot anything on film. I kind of want to buy my own film camera, so don't it? Jesus. You'll get fed. We're live. Let me finish my live, and then I'll feed you. Okay, all right. You're just trying to get attention. Ouch, hit my glasses. Hit my glasses, bitch. Yes, yes. All right, we don't need a dog fight. All right, relax. Uh-oh, I hyped them up. Oh no. Oh no. What up, what up, what up? Damn, it's already been 50 minutes. All right, let me try to get through the rest of these. It's mostly YouTube. Again, I'll still take on client work here and there. We're coming up with unique video ideas on a consistent basis, also come up with titles. My process, I am overwhelmed with ideas. I constantly... Literally in my notes on my app, the Apple phone app notes, it's littered with like YouTube titles and ideas that I'll probably never get to do, but it's just, they're constantly coming. So that's just me as a person. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of creativity, a lot of original like ideas, I guess I'll say. So yeah, they just come to me. I don't really have an answer for that. I will say it's hard for me to collab with other creators and filmmakers and stuff on their ideas because I am like kind of tortured with my own creativity and ideas. And if I don't get to create, I literally get going. This might go back to possibly being slightly autistic, but I literally get physically and mentally uncomfortable. Like it literally feels like torture if I can't get an idea out, if I can't accomplish a vision and make it, happen in real life. So that's just how I am. If you're not like that, I recommend just going out and, get your heart broken, go enjoy life, experience things, take a risk. Also, obviously, don't endanger yourself or do anything stupid. Yeah, ideas come from, you know, just life. We got Mr. Camera Junkie. What up, brother? Portugal. What up, man? I think I like manufacture some stuff in Portugal. No? You have doing releasing more personal narrative projects on this channel. Yes. I'm trying something a little bit different that mixes multiple genres in one. I want to confuse people. You know, YouTube is a fucking powerful platform where you could just be your original self, original ideas. I'm so fucking tired of you know, people saying, oh, you have to do this and you have to do it this way and yada, yada, yada. You know, YouTube is a place where you could just be yourself and let your creativity roam free. So that's what I plan on doing this year. Obviously, if budgets continue to dry up, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, but we'll see. You know, the Cheeto man in control of our country is not helping. God, my allergies have been so bad. I don't have any Sony cameras, sadly. But Tilta said I could come up to their offices and try the Megadapt, so maybe I'll do that this week. Yeah, I started, you know, doing flash photography. That's what I used to be like kind of known for. And just, you know, I want to do more of it for sure. It's so hard to keep up with everything. I wish I could just do, you know, a bunch of photo shoots for a while. But yeah. Another one. Guys, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate your honesty and sharing. Yeah, dude. Feel free to hit me up whenever if you're struggling with the mental stuff. I know how it is. How do you describe your ADHD? It makes me feel better about how I am with it because I'm like 90% the same when it comes to how it is and how I handle it. Yeah. I really wish I didn't have it. I really wish I didn't have to take Adderall. Like still to this day, it's hard for me to stick to a routine of the meds because I don't like taking them. I don't want to take them. I don't have a addictive personality. And so, you know, I used to be the type of person where I didn't even want to take Tylenol if I didn't have to. I would have to be like, you know, deathly sick if I was going to even take Tylenol. So I'm starting to get a little bit over that, but yeah, that's just, I'm annoying like that. I have no idea. I don't know what that is. What's your favorite monitor studio screen to edit? My MacBook 16-inch nano texture display or my studio display from Apple. That's all I pretty much use. I just like using it with Apple because there's for the consistency. Yes, I still use the ZR. I appreciate the support, Eddie. Thank you for tuning in on this. Focal length for photo. Multiple. I don't really have one set one. I kind of use it all of them, really. What do you think your greatest creative strength? All right, guys, before I pop off, feel free again, YouTube, business questions, money, how to land brand deals, like whatever it is. I'm an open book. What's your greatest strength? Creativity, imagination, have a distinct vision, imagine resources you available. All of it. The fact that, you know, I worked for some pretty giant corporations for commercial work, and always it would turn into them, you know, I would be brought in maybe to do one thing, and then the next shoot I was basically directing and running most of it. And, you know, I was able to do that because I was able to show that I was fast on my feet. I was a good problem solver, and I could get a team together, I could direct, and I come up with ideas on the spot. So I brought all that to my YouTube channel, and I think that makes my channel stand out. So anybody can do it. You just gotta, you know, study what makes you you. Marlon, brother, thank you for tuning in. Guys, Marlon's like my, anytime when I'm ready to sell something, I hit this guy up first. Because, yeah, he gets dibs, honestly. But thank you for the super chat, brother. Go have some lunch after the coffee tomorrow, man. Thank you. Brother, I appreciate that. I'm going to shoot you a text after this. Thank you. This is what I love about the community. Again, it's not the money, it's the thought that counts. I'm very grateful for it. It's funny, the older I get, the more easily misty-eyed I get. I'm really grateful for, you know, where I'm at in life. And I'm grateful for, you know, that the internet's brought opportunities, and that, you know, I'm even grateful for YouTube, that it's given me a way to, you know, build a community and to connect with you guys. So yeah, I'm getting sentimental as I get older. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't use it as much as I would like to, but mainly it's because I got into Leica, and I started to use Leica way more. If I never got into Leica, I'd probably be using the ZF like crazy. But the other reason I don't use the ZF as much is purely because, you know, I do like higher megapixels cameras for my photography, because for the way I edit, and say if I ever wanted to do a print or anything like that, I just rather have higher megapixels. If it was a gear question, yeah, I probably am skipping over it. Sorry, bud. Again, this live has a subject to it. I'll do other lives in the near future though, so tune back in when we're talking more about gear. I have not. I saw on Spotify that it was out though. I've never really done a deep dive in J. Cole, but I think I'm going to need to. Let's turn out things. Thank you. Thank you. I have no idea. I hope they do. I hope they make it smaller, but also be able to hold heavier lenses. I don't know how realistic that is. Also hope they do open gate, because that would make it even more useful, and that they give us something that's not ProRes RAW. I fucking hate ProRes RAW. I don't think it looks that great. And H.265. So yeah, I guess I have a lot of things for if they ever do make that. I appreciate that, man. Again, fucking love this community that we have here. Yeah, guys, every time we're at like an event, you can catch Kofi in the corner. If he had a couple of beers, you'll catch Kofi in the corner crying out of gratitude. Kofi are kind of like-minded. Kofi and I are kind of like-minded in terms of, you know, culture. The cultures we come from practice a lot of gratitude and appreciation and spirituality without, you know, believing in a certain God or anything like that. So, yeah. That's probably why we get along well. We're sharing knowledge. I'm 36, been working on locations for studios. I've been working locations for studio productions for 9 years. I plan to focus just on building my YouTube page, and you have helped a lot. Yeah, dude, bring all that expertise and knowledge and experience to your channel and apply it in new, unique ways. And I promise you, over time, you'll get somewhere with it. But YouTube is a marathon. You know, there's no overnight fulfillment. You got to keep going. You got to learn to love the process and not just the reward. Do you have a creative production or editing team for a YouTube channel, or is it one-man job? It's pretty much a one-man job. My buddy Jericho, I've been hiring him to assist me on commercial jobs for like 6 or 7 years now. And now he's basically like my main camera op. So I'm starting to install more trust on him. And so in order for me to be talented on camera, there's moments where I just got to trust him to get the shot. It doesn't always exactly plan out how I would like it to, but he does a great job for having to try and keep up with my manic self, because I'm incredibly hard to film. I'm literally on the go all the time. I'm constantly moving, constantly new ideas. It's a lot. But I desperately need a producer. If I'm going to make the ideas that I have for this year possible, I'm gonna need an extra hand. So, yeah. Or in depth question. Oh, sorry. No, I don't think I saw that one then. I would scroll back, but again, I gotta rush off here soon, so I'm trying to get through these. I'm sorry, bud. Feel free to ask the debt question again. I'll see if I get to it. Do you think spec ads are a good way to get clients? 1000 fucking %. I think it's the best way to get clients. You don't have to be going to the parties. I never did the whole social end of my commercial field. I literally focused on just creating unique quality work that added a new perspective, and then I got in front of the client and I would get booked. It was that easy. It just takes a lot of work, obviously. I break them into fourths. I only take a fourth day. Yeah, so I mean, again, I'm an open book, guys, about everything. My meds are 15 milligram pills, and I break them into quarters, so into fourths. So in reality, when I take mine, I'm taking about 4 to 5 milligrams. I try to take it first thing in the morning, and then I have lunch around noon, and then I take the other quarter after that. I take the weekends off. I do not want my body to become too dependent on it, because then you have to start taking more. I try my best to not get dependent on it. I'm currently in the routine where I might have to up the milligrams again. And that's the time where I start kind of falling apart and life becomes a mess. So I'm still learning out what to do when this moment happens. Yeah, and then today was a gym day, which gym days are tough because I have half a Celsius, 100 milligrams of caffeine. I go to the gym, I come back, I eat, and then I take that quarter pill. But then I'm like exhausted on gym days. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna get my T levels checked. But yeah, my gym days are sluggish. So, and I'm not gonna stop going to the gym. Like it really does help my mental health and the ADHD, being able to work out and everything. So, brother, no need to super chat me. There's no need to super chat me. You're all good. I appreciate you just watching, being here, and being in the chat. B-raw all day. Or this one analyze. Dude, yeah, that's so sick. I hope you're digging the book. I fucking love that book. And yeah, I really want to do another video like that. There's a lot going on right now. So hopefully I'll be able to do one soon. Does being talent and the visionary ever cause headaches? Oh, that's all. The whole fucking process is a headache. It's hard because I do spend a lot of my money back into these videos, and it's incredibly stressful and defeating every single time because, I spend all this money, all this time driving around and hiring Jericho and hiring other things and locations and blah, blah, blah. And I get maybe about 30 to 40% of what I aim to get. That sucks. And then, trying to direct and making sure we're staying on point and developing the idea while also trying to talk on camera and, stick in my creative flow and trying to get good shots to actually show within the video. It's a lot. It really is exhausting. I fucking love doing it though. But I'm not getting budgets that really equal the quality that I'm trying to do. So that's the shitty part. You got bigger channels that get bigger numbers and they get the budgets, and they could just, sit down at their desk and present proper value to a brand. Where for me, I think I have the quality, but I don't think I have the numbers, sadly. But with that said, a lot of brands are boosting our videos now. So what's happening, this has been happening, but it's happening even more now. Basically, a brand will sponsor us to make a video, right? And it's up to the creator to make authentic, original video, an honest video, or going the business route and just doing a commercial, whatever. But what they're doing now is they're not really, you know, if you have a large audience, that's good for the brand. But instead of them putting money into producing a commercial, they could just sponsor a creator to make their authentic piece of content or non-authentic piece of content. From there, they could just boost it. So basically how you can run ads on Google. Like there's photographers that run ads for their wedding workshops or their wedding clients, and they're running ads for it. So it's nothing different, except the brands are now boosting it. So like DJI will boost some of my videos if they like them. If they think the video did well, if they think the video showcased the product well. And you know, usually I'm pretty passionate about DJI products because I fucking love using their products. And I have a feeling, I won't say anything. I can't say too much about, anyways. Anyways, yeah. So, you know, if I do well on a video, say again for DJI, like my RS4 mini video did really well organically. And then DJI asked, hey, do you care if we boost it? Personally, I don't give a fuck if they boost it. My audience got to see my vision. They got to see my passion, my tutorials, my whatever. And so, you know, I know my audience got something out of it. So then DJI could go and boost it so more people can see it. So, you know, that would, now I do put guardrails on them though. I tell them only boost in certain countries, only boost in certain languages, because I do not want just like random views. I want proper, I want them to find people that can actually get value out of the boost. So that's going to happen more and more and more. You guys are going to see that across everybody's channels moving forward, I think. And again, it's just a way the brands can get more bang for their buck. I don't think there's an issue with it, because if you're, you know, it doesn't change the way I make content at all. I'm still going to be my authentic self. I'm still going to be organic about it. And if a company wants to run my video as an ad, I don't give a fuck. If anything, it's even better for me, because then more people are going to get to see things that I care about. So, would you take on debt to buy expensive gear like cinema cameras if there's no way to rent them? Like there's no rentals here in my country, not for those. I did that in the past, but I was confident I was able to pay it off. Because a lot of the times, anytime I would do that is because I had a big job coming up. So I knew within, you know, 2 to 6 weeks, I would be able to pay that off instantly. I never took, you know, I never did minimum payments. I would pay it off instantly. So if you're responsible, sure. And it's also good for building your credit. But if you're not responsible, do not fucking do that. Buy something you can afford and make the most out of it. In reality, I can go and buy a Canon 5D Mark II and I would be able to book clients off of that, because the clients aren't booking me for my fucking gear. They're booking me for what I can do. So don't fall into the trap thinking you need to go in debt. It's not going to make you more money. I promise you. Inspired me to dive deeper into my color grading along with creating picture profiles, recipes, and ZF. So not only have I created my own look. That's dope, dude. That's what it's all about. Even people who buy my LUTs, I highly motivate them to say, hey, look how I'm making the LUTs, and apply that to your own look, your own use case. Learn, like basically decompose what I did. I appreciate you watching, man. Any tips? What was my first big one? So like for the past 10 years, before fucking Yellowstone made Western trendy, I was one of the only people at the time shooting like 90s Western fashion. And I was shooting on film and digital. I'm just like, you know, I was really inspired by the 90s. Obviously, I was born in 1990. So, yeah. And so brands were finding my work. I would shoot with certain models, and those models would like get booked to the client or previously booked by the client, or producers or creative directors were following them. Next thing you know, they're looking at my work and they're asking me how much. So I don't remember what my first big job was. Health is wealth. I'm glad you're taking precautions to taking meds. Can't trust Big Pharma too much. As a military combat vet, I seen it destroy some friends. Yeah, dude. For that exact reason, I do remember this was illegal for my doctor to do, but again, this is at the Indian clinic, which is not great healthcare. But he low-key was recommending that I try some psychedelics. So at some point, I am going to try that because I'm desperate to, getting, my brain nailed down so I can be more productive in life. So we'll see. I don't want to try anything that's going to destroy my brain. I don't trust my brain like that. What do you think about YouTubers who always switch cam and systems and say this is the best and only promotes gear? I used to be a fan of them, but now I realize how much they mess their minds. Be the best. Personally, I've been attacked for changing gear, but I was literally changing gear because I was fucking shooting commercial work. And so a new camera came out that was like, oh, that seems like that would make my job easier. I'm gonna switch. I did that tons of times and I got a lot of flack for it. But guess what? Derek was calling me. But guess what? I didn't give 2 fucks because I was doing it for myself. But there are other YouTubers that will say that who aren't shooting anything. Those people still, you gotta take accountability for yourself. So if you're blaming that creator that you believed in what they're saying, that's not their fault, that's your fault. You should have known better to, take accountability as an adult of listening, but taking away only certain things. It's the same, that's like saying you saw a TV commercial and you bought something and you blame the commercial. Where it's like, no, you're an adult. That was your money. That was your mindset. You need to have control over what you're allowing yourself to believe or not believe. So personally, I'm somebody that loves taking accountability for my own downsides and upsides. And so that's my perspective on it. Okay, guys, I need to dip off of here. Let me try to get through the last of these. Basically, it's the next step up from whistling, running separate ads in your videos to just using your video. Yep. Oh, whitelisting. I said whistling. So Kofi's talking about in terms of how brands are boosting our videos now. I don't know if they're boosting his videos. I'm only speaking for myself here. But basically, it's a next step up from whitelisting, aka running separate ads in your videos to just using your video as the ad, basically. Yeah. Yep. Same with the new DJI drones. Yeah, like even if you guys go to my most popular videos, there's like 3 videos that are organic views, crushed. But then there's other videos where I'm like, that's a lot of views. And then you go, like the way to tell is just looking at the engagement versus the views. So the thing I'm a little bit worried about is, I don't know if that hurts the algorithm at all. I don't know if that confuses the algorithm, but YouTube's literally giving you Jesus Christ, I want to burp so much. YouTube is, this boosting thing is literally through YouTube. YouTube is literally allowing you to do this. They want you to do this. Sadly, I think it might become a pay-to-play thing. That's going to suck if that's what it's going to become. So I don't know. We're just trying to keep up with everything that's always changing. But yeah, the fact that it's through YouTube, like, again, I know some people are going to bitch and think there's some issue with it, but it's literally the same fucking thing if you're taking on client work. A client's hiring you to shoot something that you don't fucking care about. You're taking their money and you're providing them a service. They're going to go then run ads on that thing that you produce for them that you do not care about. The big difference is I'm speaking for myself here, I care about what I put out on my channel because it represents me. And so I'm very particular what I post. Kofi's got more input on it. Brands are using it to justify their rates. If you get the organic and the paid ad, they don't have to produce it. It's meh, but if it's an ad, I guess they're just treating it like one. Yeah, I mean, the reality is, guys, in the real world, we all got bills to pay. So you can either come onto YouTube and you can make content you care about, talk about things you care about, and work with companies that you already are using or that you like yourself, or you can go work for a client and do jobs that you don't care about, or maybe you do care about. Regardless, you're making money. If you want to go be a monk, if you want to go be a priest, then, you know, put down your camera or go be homeless and shoot photography. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. But yeah, you guys are getting the information here from Kofi as well. See, there's proof for your pudding, proof in the pudding, whatever that saying is. Cam, you made me buy Blaze. I apologize, Kofi, but I know you love using them. Happens every now and again. I have a friend who runs an ad agency for gamers, and basically it works the same as IG, and in theory shouldn't impact your organic reach. Yep. Moano and Lawa have boosted videos, and so has Artless. 9 foot shorts. Yeah, guys. So again, this is just, you know, this is capitalism. This is consumerism. This is marketing. If you're creative, even if you're in Hollywood, in the film industry, guess what? Those films don't make themselves. They don't pay for themselves. There's fucking grimy producers and brand deals and all of that happening in order to make that film happen. I find it hilarious that people are like, oh no, YouTubers can't do that. Oh, but filmmakers in Hollywood, they can do that, but not YouTubers. YouTubers aren't allowed to do that. It's fucking silly. But anyways, guys, love you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, I need to finish setting up my lighting. I never even finished setting it up, and I need to go film what I was gonna film, and I need to see what Jericho needs. But yeah, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. A lot of fun shit coming up. I'm very excited for some of the things I'm working on. So stay tuned. Peace.